Hi, I'm Marissa Cranis, and welcome to Salesforce Live at Dreamforce. I am with two men that are on opposite ends of the spectrum. First, I'm with Eric Barrage, CEO of Bluewolf, and I'm with Bob Bird from T-Mobile. And this is your 14th Dreamforce, and you have next to you a professional rookie. Tell me about your 14th Dreamforce.
Well, Marissa, it's as always incredible, and it feels bigger, and it feels more innovative, and it's amazing to be to 14 of these. Bluewolf has been at every single Dreamforce since the beginning, and I love to look back at the history because you just see the evolution, and you see the amazing things that Salesforce continues to release and continues to make good on with their customer base. So it's phenomenal.
How about your first one? You came straight in to a speaking session.
Yeah, straight in to a speaking session. It was a little overwhelming. You know, there's so much going on. There's so much amazing things to come and see. I really wish I could clone myself to take it all in. But so far, it's been an amazing entry into Dreamforce.
So one thing that we noted is that Bluewolf has been at Dreamforce since Dreamforce #1 at the Westin St. Francis.
Right.
500 people.
Yeah.
You designed your own booth.
I did it myself.
So for people that were not at all 14, tell us a little bit more about Bluewolf and how you fit into the Salesforce ecosystem.
Absolutely, Marissa. So we were Salesforce's first consulting partner way back when, and we have grown up with you guys over the years. We are now a global organization. We're a global strategic partner of Salesforce. We're the ones that come in and help organizations like T-Mobile to understand what they're actually trying to achieve with Salesforce, and then we make that happen on the platform. And we were also just acquired by IBM back in May.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're now an IBM company, and we're thrilled to bring to market the agility and the strength that Bluewolf has in the Salesforce market as an independent brand, but the global scale and the backing of a company like IBM that's been around for 100 years.
That's great. And we are so excited that you're working with groups like T-Mobile to make them as successful and productive as possible. But let's rewind a little. What was going on with T-Mobile before you found this great partnership with Bluewolf?
Well, you know, so much has been going on with T-Mobile lately. You know, we are the Un-carrier. We're changing the industry. And Bluewolf has been there from the get-go, helping us bring that to all of our customers and really making us envision and help us use Salesforce.
We're all using Dreamforce.
We're all
here.
using Dreamforce right now.
It's a dream fest.
It is a dream fest, and really that, you know, maybe it's a dream fest. You know, Bluewolf and T-Mobile are bringing Dream Fest to all of our customers.
What were you looking for in a partner? What kind of issues were you having at T-Mobile that you needed to fix, that you really needed to be able to make better with Salesforce?
So one of the things that were imperative to T-Mobile was, you know, speed for our customers. If our customers wanted to activate with T-Mobile, we wanted to ensure that we could do that as quickly as possible. So we were making sure that our sales reps had the ability to go in, help our customers. The customer journey and the customer experience is key to T-Mobile, and we want to make sure that every interaction, whether it's with a customer or a business customer, is streamlined, efficient, and really meets all those customers' expectations. And Bluewolf helped us bring that to light.
You know, if I can make one comment there, you know, I think it's important to point out that we've been working together for over 5 years. So
This isn't a new friendship.
this is not a new, even though this is Bob's first Dreamforce, Bluewolf and T-Mobile have been working together for 5 years, and what T-Mobile recognized 5 years ago was that this is a journey, and they have continually improved upon their usage of Salesforce over that time. And I think it's safe to say that today it's an extremely strategic platform for your sellers and for your organization, and you continue to invest in it, which is phenomenal.
No, absolutely. And you know, I'd say one of the biggest projects that we've recently launched was moving T-Mobile's Salesforce over to the Lightning platform. And one of the key partnerships with Bluewolf that we were able to do, and talking about that selling experience, we had reps that were taking 120 clicks to essentially try to enter a single order. Now, from a sales rep perspective and from a customer journey, that's a lot of information.
And a tired hand.
And a very tired hand, absolutely.
And an upset customer.
Not good.
Right.
All not good. So we took that 120 clicks and we moved it down to 35. We really reducing the number of, or the time that a rep had to spend in Salesforce by almost 80%. What that also meant was that we were able to activate the customer 80% faster than we had previously. So really a great success story. and it was all done through Bluewolf and then the partnership with Salesforce and their new Lightning UI.
I think I heard a statistic that your reps you freed up about 7 hours of time a week for your reps. Is that
That's
roughly
correct.
true?
So we had 7 hours time a week, multiplied out by about 800 reps. So a really great story.
And you no longer have to go to physical therapy for your carpal tunnel either. So everyone is happy.
It's a nice side benefit.
It
really
definitely is.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about all the innovation. So we see a lot of trends here at Dreamforce, and there are also trends that are going on with a lot of our implementation partners and our strategic partners across the board. We were talking a little bit about AI, machine learning. That's something big at Dreamforce this year, and big with you.
Yes, absolutely. And listen, I think we have a report called the State of Salesforce that'll show the audience here that we've published for the past 5 years. And what we picked up in the State of Salesforce, surveying over 1,700 Salesforce global customers, was that they were realizing that about 80% of the data that they have in Salesforce today is dark, which means it doesn't get used. It's very valuable data. It's been collected over time. And with the release of Einstein as the artificial intelligence engine within Salesforce, all of a sudden, all of that dark data is going to be put to use so that sellers, service agents, Salesforce users in general can start to get prescriptive and predictive actions drawn out of the application. So we're so psyched that Salesforce has launched this product. They're doing it in the typical Salesforce way where it will be relatively straightforward to roll out, and users and ultimately your customers are going to get immediate value from it. So we're really psyched about that.
Is this something you're looking to implement as well?
No, yes, absolutely.
No, but
Absolutely.
yes. We're always looking for the next innovations. So tell me a little bit more about your second book you published,
Yes.
right here, the customer support, customer obsessed.
Yes.
Tell me about this book.
Yeah, so we just published this book over the last few weeks. Mark was kind enough to write the foreword for us, which we're very happy about. And this book is about a whole company approach to customer engagement. It's not just about technology, but there are a lot of great use cases and stories about how we've taken Salesforce over the past 15 years and taken them into accounts like T-Mobile and helped them automate and create customer engagement. But it also talks about culture. It talks about people. It talks about the importance of employee engagement in driving customer experience. It helps to quantify metrics and business outcomes out of that whole experience. And I would say, if you're a Salesforce customer and if you're a part of the Salesforce ecosystem, or even if you're thinking of Salesforce as a solution, we've tried to provide it as a great guide to help you better understand how to make this transform your business.
So as this is your second book, what new learnings do you have over the previous chapters that you've written?
Well, yeah, so we did a book about 7 years ago called Iterate or Die, and that was back when Salesforce was an extremely disruptive platform. Not that it isn't today, but Salesforce is so much more enterprise today than when we published Iterate or Die. And Iterate or Die was about agility, and it was about quick time to market. You know, literally launching a CRM platform in 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 90 days. And while those concepts still exist in Salesforce, as they've grown up into the enterprise into large organizations like T-Mobile, a lot of the challenge and opportunity for us now is to help the organization think about the transformation. So there's a lot more change management involved. AI is going to help that. And this book is more about that whole company approach.
So speaking of whole companies, both of your whole companies are going to be being showcased all over Dreamforce. Let's start with T-Mobile. You guys have one of the greatest areas in our campground.
Yes, absolutely. You know, we are really lucky to be set up kind of right in the center of the campground. We have a fantastic booth where customers can come in and really experience everything that T-Mobile has. We have folks there to walk through the T-Mobile story and take them along the customer journey so they can see how T-Mobile can help them realize all their dreams and on a cell phone.
And someone else is smack dab in the middle with a big presence as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're the experience partner this year as part of our relationship with IBM. We're partnering with IBM iX, and we have over 200 folks here at the show from IBM and Bluewolf. We have 12 booths. I didn't design them this time, thank goodness.
Oh goodness, it's not the same as 14 years ago in the Westin St. Francis.
No, but what we're really trying to do with our experience here at Dreamforce is work directly with customers to solve problems, and our consulting approach is very design thinking oriented. If you go to our main booth on the show floor, We literally have whiteboards, and we have customers working with our consultants right now to solution around this new technology that you guys are releasing.
So how has your presence changed since you have become part of IBM? Because you've been, again, at every single Dreamforce.
Yes, I mean, for us, it's about the global scale, and it's also about the innovation that IBM brings from outside of the Salesforce ecosystem. IBM has probably the strongest cognitive platform in the world, and taking that cognitive platform and combining it with the power of Salesforce across the entire enterprise really allows us to deliver what we call augmented intelligence, where you can pull data from anywhere and you can feed it through a cognitive platform and work with Einstein in a way to deliver, again, optimal customer experience.
So with all these great new changes with Bluewolf, what does the next year look like?
Well, I guess the question is, what does the next week look like after I get home, right? And I am going to sleep a little bit this weekend.
Promise?
Yeah, I mean, the weekend after Dreamforce is always like just...
It's a home time.
It is home time, right? But we have incredible plans for the balance of this year and next year. We are hiring a ton of people. What most people probably don't know is that the Bluewolf brand is intact, and so much so that we have people from IBM that are joining our company. So Bluewolf as a brand and Bluewolf as a company, and being able to bring that agility to the marketplace while, again, leveraging and tapping into the scale of IBM is really what our long-term plan is all about.
That's great. But long-term, I'd like to go long-term in the background. You've been at all 14 Dreamforces. What are your tips for newbies like Bob?
Well, I think Bob's doing a pretty good job. Like, I had never actually heard of the kamikaze approach. Come to your first Dreamforce, deliver a session, but you know, what better way to learn, right? And what better way to experience it?
No, absolutely. It's been great. You know, it's the way you learn the fastest.
Right.
Jump right in.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is, this is about collaboration. And I think the thing that Mark did 15 years ago when he first decided to have this conference is he said, I'm bringing customers and prospects together. That was revolutionary.
Yes.
That had never happened at a tech conference.
It's confidence.
It is confidence. It's, hey, yeah, you know, we may have some customers that are still trying to figure this out. Talk to our prospects. Let's do this together. And that's really what the spirit of this conference is all about.
And so one of the things is really we are here at Dreamforce celebrating our customers, our customer trailblazers. That is the hugest theme at Dreamforce. And you have some great customers here. T-Mobile, obviously one of your biggest big boys here at Dreamforce. Who else are you excited to be showcasing?
We're here with AC Nielsen. We're here with Silverado Homes. We're here with a ton of clients, and you know, this is really where we get together with them on an annual basis, and it's where we come up with ideas with them, and it's where we introduce them to other clients so that they can share best practices.
So this is one of my other favorite things about Dreamforce is that what starts here doesn't end here. This is your time you get to get together with your customers, but there has to be a follow-up plan. What do you guys do after Dreamforce to make sure that you follow through with anything you discussed at the conference?
Well, let's ask the newbie that, because you know, he's got a lot of work ahead of him now, I think, right?
We do have a lot of work ahead of us for sure. A lot of big projects coming up to, again, just enable that customer journey with T-Mobile and expand our horizons there. And I think a lot will be done with Bluewolf as a partner. Again, over 5 years of experience working with Bluewolf. They've been there every step of the way with us, and I'm sure that's going to continue.
Yeah, and I think to add on to that point, you know, I think the organizations that are most successful with Salesforce, and T-Mobile is a shining example of this, is they don't get so caught up in the short-term scope of what they're trying to do. We come out of Dreamforce and we put together a backlog of things that will happen over the next year, and we estimate how long that will take and what that should cost together. But then that roadmap has some flexibility to it, and it's always tied to an outcome. These guys have very specific goals that they're trying to achieve over the next year. They're rolling T-Mobile out, or rolling Salesforce out into their retail branches, into different parts of the organization, and building a backlog around that is really important coming out of this show.
Right, no, absolutely. And you know, T-Mobile, we're going to continue to shake up the industry, which means we need to be very agile and flexible and move quickly. And it's, again, great partners like Bluewolf that allows us to be able to do that.
We are so lucky to have Bluewolf as one of our biggest partners.
Oh, thank you.
And T-Mobile joining us here, your first year, but we hope you continue to come with us through our next 14, 15 Dreamforces at least. Thank you all for joining us on Salesforce Live, and stay tuned for more awesome content.